Dive into the world of vertical gardening as we explore the magic of trellises. A trellis isn't just a structure. It's a backbone for climbing plants, offering them the crucial support they need as they reach upwards. By elevating plants off the ground, trellises maximize garden space and reduce plant diseases linked to moisture and pests. They also enhance the aesthetic of any garden, turning simple green spaces into three-dimensional living sculptures. With the right trellis, your garden not only thrives but also transforms into a living piece of art. Ever wondered why some plants reach their peak while others struggle? The secret often lies in their support system. Climbing plants, by their very nature, are adventurers. They reach upward seeking the sun. However, without proper support, these ambitious climbers can falter, becoming more susceptible to diseases and pests as they sprawl across the ground. Enter the trellis, a gardener's best friend for vertical gardening. A trellis provides an essential framework that encourages plants to grow upwards, which not only saves space in the garden but also leads to healthier plants with better air circulation and exposure to sunlight. It transforms a garden from a tangled mess to an organized oasis. Moreover, trellises can be both functional and decorative. They add a vertical dimension to garden design, offering a picturesque backdrop that enhances the overall aesthetic. From flowering vines like clematis and morning glories to fruits like cucumbers and grapes, a trellis accommodates a variety of plants. A sturdy trellis stands as the backbone for flourishing climbing plants. Gather your tools and materials because every great project starts with the right ingredients. Building a DIY trellis isn't just about hammering and nailing, it's about creating a sturdy and beautiful structure that can support your climbing plants for years to come. Let's start with the materials. You'll need wooden stakes or posts. These will serve as the frame of your trellis. Choose a wood that's durable and resistant to rot, like cedar or redwood. Next, you'll need something for the climbing plants to latch onto. Wire mesh or garden netting works wonderfully for this purpose. It's strong, flexible, and provides ample support for climbers. Now, onto the tools. A saw will be necessary to cut your wood to the desired size. A hammer or a power drill will come in handy to assemble the pieces. Don't forget screws or nails to secure everything together, and possibly zip ties to attach the mesh to the frame. With these tools in hand, you're ready to build a trellis that lasts. Planning is key in the art of trellis construction. When embarking on building a trellis, the first step is to visualize where it will stand in your garden. Take a walk around your space and observe which areas receive the most sunlight throughout the day. Climbing plants thrive in abundant light, making this a crucial factor in your planning process. Next, consider the layout of your garden. Are you working with a spacious backyard or a cozy balcony? This will determine whether a vertical wall trellis or a freestanding structure would be more suitable. For smaller spaces, a vertical trellis can add depth without taking up precious ground area, while larger gardens might benefit from an arched trellis, creating a lush green archway that invites exploration. Also, think about the types of climbing plants you wish to nurture. Different species may require different types of support structures. Delicate climbers like clematis might prefer something with finer mesh, whereas robust vines like ivy can climb almost any structure. A well-planned trellis is a well-loved trellis. Now let's get our hands dirty and start building. The frame is the skeleton of your trellis, providing structure and strength. First, grab your wooden stakes. Using a tape measure, carefully measure and mark the stakes to the height and width you've planned. Precision here is key to ensure your trellis not only looks good but is also functional. Next, it's time to cut. Safely use a saw to cut the stakes at the marks you've just made. Remember, sharp tools make for clean cuts, so ensure your saw is in good condition. Once all pieces are cut to size, lay them out on a flat surface to form the outline of your frame. Now, assemble the pieces. Using screws or nails, join each corner securely. Check each joint to make sure it's tight and stable because this frame needs to support the vigorous growth of climbing plants. With your frame ready, you're halfway through crafting your garden masterpiece. It's time to give your trellis its climbing capability. Let's dive into how to attach that crucial support. First, take your wire mesh or netting. You'll want to ensure it's wide and strong enough to handle the enthusiastic embrace of climbing plants. Lay the mesh over the frame, aligning it carefully from top to bottom. Now, grab your zip ties or screws. If you're using zip ties, thread them through the mesh and around the frame at regular intervals. Pull each one tight to ensure there's no sagging. For a more permanent fixture, use screws. Position them at each corner first to secure the mesh, then add more as needed along the edges. As you work, keep the tension consistent. This prevents any weak spots that could give way under the weight of your plants. And remember, the aim here is durability and support, so double-check those attachments. Once everything is securely in place, step back and admire your handiwork. Your trellis is now ready to support life. Installation is critical for ensuring your trellis stands strong. Let's get right to it. First, choose the perfect spot in your garden. A location that gets ample sunlight and is sheltered from strong winds will give your climbing plants the best chance to thrive. Begin by marking where the base of your trellis will sit. It's important to ensure the ground is level. An uneven base might make your structure wobble. Once you've found your spot, dig holes deep enough to anchor the trellis securely. A good rule of thumb is to dig about 1/4 of the height of the trellis into the ground. This depth provides stability and helps withstand the elements. Next, place the trellis in the holes and fill them with a mixture of soil and gravel. The gravel enhances drainage and keeps the base sturdy. Pack the soil tightly around the base to eliminate any air pockets. Finally, for added stability, you might consider securing the trellis to a nearby wall or fence with brackets or ties. Stand back and admire your work. The trellis is up. Let's bring life to your trellis by adding some green companions. Choosing the right plants is the first step. Opt for climbers that not only match your climate but also the aesthetic you desire. Whether it's the vibrant blooms of clematis or the lush foliage of ivy, each plant adds its unique charm. When planting, dig a hole spacious enough for the root ball, right at the base of your trellis. This placement encourages the plants to start climbing early on. Mix in some compost with the soil to give your plants a nutrient-rich start. Training begins almost immediately after planting. As your young plants grow, guide them gently towards the trellis. Use soft garden ties or clips to attach the vines without damaging them. It's a delicate balance, secure enough to support, yet loose enough to allow for growth. Regular training helps distribute growth evenly across the trellis, ensuring a beautiful and healthy climb. Watch as your plants embrace their new climbing frame. Keep your trellis in tip-top condition with these easy maintenance tips. A trellis is not just a structure, it's a living part of your garden that requires regular attention to stay functional and attractive. Start by inspecting your trellis every few weeks. Look for any loose or broken ties that might need replacing. It's crucial that the structure remains secure to support the weight of growing plants without bending or breaking. Adjustments might also be necessary as your plants grow. Occasionally you may need to tighten zip ties or add more to ensure that the vines are well supported. This helps maintain the shape and integrity of your trellis, preventing any sagging or leaning. Pruning is another key aspect of trellis maintenance. Trim back overgrown plants to promote healthier growth and prevent them from overwhelming the structure. Focus on removing dead or weak stems to encourage new growth and better air circulation around your plants. A little care goes a long way in keeping your trellis perfect. Congratulations, you've mastered the art of building and maintaining a trellis. From selecting materials to planting and training your climbing plants, each step brings you closer to a more beautiful and functional garden. Remember, the possibilities are endless. Why not experiment with various designs? Perhaps an elegant fan-shaped trellis for your clematis, or a robust lattice for grapevines. Each plant offers a unique twist to the trellis concept. Your garden is a canvas and your new trellis a masterpiece. Enjoy your vertical gardening adventure.